Rock-a-doodle-doo, it's the Vookcast. It's episode number 146. I'm Stephen Impson. I'm a host guy. Hello. Also around the table of the internet is Daniel Worthington. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Cool. And also on the other side of the virtual table is Troy Wassenaar. What's going on for you?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, cool. I'm glad we're a very conversational bunch of people for this conversational medium. So yeah, we're the Vookcast. We talk about Nintendo and we're from Australia, if you couldn't tell from our weird, horrible voices and the fact that we say, oh yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about some news, some Nintendo-y things that have happened since we last recorded about a fortnight ago. The first thing on our list today is that Super Mario Run is coming to Android. It's
finally.
Yeah,
going to say. Preposterous, it's taken this long. How do they dare treat these Android fans like this? Bloody, yeah.
There's one guy on the podcast that's going to be very happy about this.
on the Facebook, you mean?
Oh, yeah, well.
Oh, no, yeah, Troy.
I was talking about Troy.
Hi, Troy.
Gosh.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Troy's here.
So do you think you'll even bother after the hype's kind of gone from like 4 months ago?
You have a rubbish phone, Troy. How will you feel being able to play Mario Run on it now?
Wow, I feel so attacked right now.
Gosh.
No, I'm looking forward to actually playing it on the device that I use. I've already played a little bit. My dad has an iPad still.
Oh,
and
okay.
I downloaded it on there and tried the trial, and it was alright. But I didn't buy the game, so.
Which is fair if it's not your device that you're going to be able to play very much on. Well,
exactly.
Speaking of, the trial is going to be a little bit more featureful. Apparently, because previously the trial went up to World 1-3 and then you got up to the boss level and it's like, you can't do that. Better say the magic word.
You had a time limit on it.
Yeah. And, that's right. Yeah, it's been a while. But apparently that will unlock World 1-4 after you complete a challenge that hasn't really been detailed to the best of my knowledge. But that's a little bit more before paying, which might help, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm probably going to play until I get paid again, and then I'll get it.
Then can throw some money at it.
We'll see.
And as well as that, everyone's getting some updates to it at the same time. As far as I'm aware, this is taking it up to a version 2 for everybody, which means that everyone gets new characters, which were teased a couple of days ago and which were confirmed more recently to be a whole bunch of differently coloured Yoshis.
Does that count as new characters?
I really don't think so. It counts as new character, but why can't I play as, Toad or, I don't know, Rosalina to throw it out there? Well, Metal Mario.
Waluigi.
Wario.
Why can't I ever play as Waluigi in anything good?
Yeah, it's a
By
shame.
good, I mean a platform or a proper game, not a spin-off.
He's relegated to sports spin-offs.
I mean, how awesome would a Mario and Luigi style game, but you're playing Wario and Waluigi be?
Yeah, a Wario Land with Waluigi.
Yeah?
Has it been a Wario Land game since Shake It?
Well,
yeah,
everyone will be able to not play as Waluigi on March 23rd when that update comes to all platforms and the game comes to Android, so hooray!
I'm looking forward to not playing as Waluigi, I guess.
It's very exciting. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got some Sonic-ish news. The first...
I'm going to go now.
Mate, there's good and bad. Well, good and uncertain in this. So firstly, Sonic Mania, which looks incredible. I don't know if you agree, but I am just hanging out for this so much.
It looks like it understands what Sonic is about.
Yes,
What, no gameplay and just pressing forward?
Get out of town, mate. Go back to your Super Mario world.
I'll go play my good Sonic game of Dark Brotherhood or whatever. I don't know. I'm not.
Oh my word. But yeah, it's as Troy was saying, for anyone who's not really aware, it's made, or at least the lead developer is the dude who did the ports for Sonic 1 and 2 onto iOS and sort of basically made a completely new engine so the Sonic games could run in widescreen, better frame rate to sort of show more on screen without sort of rebuilt the game from the ground up rather than emulating, which is really good. And from everything I'm seeing, it seems like they truly do understand what made Sonic 2 and 3. I don't really like Sonic 1, but made those games fun to me, so I can't fleep and wait.
I'm not a Sonic fan, but I'm actually kind of intrigued.
I think this is the first game that might make new Sonic fans in the last, 2 decades.
Until they see the fandom.
Didn't do that.
I don't
Sonic
think
Boom
so.
didn't do that.
I mean, if you are a converted Sonic fan from Sonic Boom, at Stephen Impson on Twitter, I'm sure I'm happy to hear.
Always up for new friends.
Yes. But so that's cool. There's some new footage of the flying battery zone, which that had the best music in the original game, and it seems like they've got that music and sort of remixed it, modernized it, and it sounds incredible.
So hang on, is Sonic Mania, is that the one that's just like a 2D one again, or the one that had like the 3D over-the-top footage that was the other
No, this is the the one that's sort of a modern 16-bit Sonic game, I guess, is the best way I could think of. But
and it's got one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
Oh, it really does, yeah. So much of the marketing on this is just so on point. I love it.
Yeah.
But sort of more to your mentioning of said other Sonic game, there's a new modern 3D Sonic game that's been announced called Sonic Forces. I saw the logo for this and it brought back some horrible memories of Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't want to judge it already, but that's not the best.
It's got that early 2000s vibe to it, doesn't it?
It's very military attitude, dude.
Yeah, I got a Tony Hawk vibe from it. Not from the original Tony Hawks, just like that. We're still cool kind of phase that the Tony Hawk games went
like
through.
the skate land and when they got all sort of grimy at one point.
Underground.
Yes.
It basically looks like street art.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way of describing it. It looks very... It's not contemporary.
No.
But I'm speaking as a graphic designer. It doesn't look... Anyway.
It does look a bit like it's from the past. But we do have some 41 seconds of gameplay footage of it so far, which looks like Sonic running forward, collecting rings, going through things, exploding around him.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I saw the footage and it looked like every other 3D Sonic game that I've ever seen.
You're not wrong. I think... Okay, I haven't played all the 3D Sonic games. I sort of stopped after a while because
You didn't play Lost Worlds?
No, I didn't touch any of the Wii U ones, actually. But
I actually wanted to like Lost Worlds. I mean, I've got it on Wii U and I didn't mind playing the first stage and this isn't horrible. It looks nice. But I'm just, I'm an old school Nintendo fan. I've never really been interested in Sonic at all. That said, I did really like All-Star Racing Transformed. That was a treat to play.
No, I just think that what is it, 41 seconds?
Yeah, 41 seconds.
It looked like 06.
Yeah, it looks like graphically like 06, and just the fact that it was literally the entire time running forward just looked like the least interesting parts of the GameCube era Sonic games, or probably Dreamcast era Sonic games to be more accurate.
They need to stop.
Yeah, I enjoyed them in 2002 or whatever time it was, but even then I sort of stopped playing the game and concentrated on the Chow Garden, and I don't think I could do that again. But
I don't know. It's only 40 seconds. It just seems like an odd choice to show that particular 40 seconds that looks very derivative of itself.
And the fact that the logo looked very it had a military influence, and then this video kind of reinforces it. It looks like it's going through a not really post-apocalyptic, but a destroyed city, and almost a little bit of a Shadow the Hedgehog vibe again. First couple of levels were similar in setting.
It looked like Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully they're destroying the city from Sonic 06. That would be...
I think that they've got... It's hard for a decent 3D Sonic game because Sonic's about the speed, but if you've got him going too fast, then, it becomes really super trial and error, and I don't think that works well in a 3D environment.
It's about the speed and the platforming. And with 3D, you're going to have one or the other.
Yeah, it's, I think, more accurately than speed. I don't want to go into a full Sonic game design discussion, but it's more about momentum, being able to build up that speed and using that to get to places you wouldn't be able to get to normally. And the
I think
3D
it's
Sonic
those little
never got
jumping
that.
puzzles.
Lost
Yeah.
Worlds tried that from what little I played of it, but then it's always gets to the frustrating once you lose that speed and just,
That's exactly it. That's the punishment for
maybe
not
they
doing
need to do
well.
maybe they need to do a Tails game where you're just playing as Tails.
Or they just need to stick to 2D. I think it's just something that can't translate to 3D well, or at least they've constantly
tried it
shown
for
that,
like
that they're
15
not good
years.
at it.
I mean, it's really funny when you look at all of Sega's classic sort of games from the Genesis and arcade era, and none of them have really adapted well to the change to 3D.
Yeah,
I mean-
I can't speak for that. All I know is that I've seen Sonic evolve, and I've looked at the feedback, and I've even tried playing some of them myself, and it just doesn't seems like two clashing ideas that just don't work together.
Yeah. Well, before we go too far off in the Sonic deep end, moral
Sorry,
of
Sonic
that story, and I am one of them.
All five of you.
Hi. But yeah, moral of that story is Sonic Force's opinion to be advised. Sonic Mania, heck yeah, give me that, please, even though
Bad
it has
first
been delayed.
impression.
Isn't there another one as well?
It's news to me
There's
if there
a
is.
third Sonic game, I think.
No, I think Sonic Forces was the Sonic 2017 that they teased at the
yeah.
Switch trailer.
But yes, the next bit of news on our fun list is that Nintendo are doubling Switch production. Like there was,
Yay.
yeah, it's doing real good apparently. It's kind of, I don't know. They had that initial, I remember before launch, they were talking about the sort of 2 million that they planned to have available before the end of the financial year. And apparently they were going to be manufacturing 8 million consoles in the next financial year. And now they've decided the Switch is doing well enough that they're going to double that to 16 million for the next financial year, which is, yeah, it's ridiculous. That
means if they sell them all, that's Wii U outsold by like a good 3 mil.
Yeah. Like,
No more.
far out.
5 mil.
And I know, like, the stock situation isn't too bad in Australia. From what I understand, you don't really have to wait to get one if you just go into, probably
My
not
EV
every
was sold
store.
out last time. I went
Oh,
to,
really?
yesterday.
Even the Neons I've heard aren't that hard to sort of, if you're lucky.
I feel like the Neon stock issue was more of they made less of them because...
Yeah, they were more of a niche-ish kind of version.
I mean, I've sort of
Yeah.
heard the number 1.5 million thrown around for sold so far.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of places that usually have a lot of clout kind of reporting on that number, but I haven't seen anything official enough.
Yeah, the only official stuff we've seen is like broken sales records in America, and I think also in Australia. I'm sure we talked about this at some point.
Yeah,
but yeah,
biggest Australian Nintendo launch.
which includes the Wii, and that is kind of mind-blowing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the Wii was hard to get down here. Like, I was, I pre-ordered mine, so I just walked in on the day to get it. But
But everyone else
that
was not having any fun.
I imagine once Nintendo's financials come out in a few weeks, months, whatever it is, we'll know. We will know.
Yeah,
Well, this is the end of the financial year for Japan, I think.
yeah. Is it end of March
end of
or end of
March?
April? End of March.
I think it's March,
Yes.
March.
which is why lousy Smarch weather. I think that's why everyone is keen to see that 2 million pop up before the end of March, because that's their goal, and I think the majority of people do want to see this succeed, even though a lot of outlets and fans of other consoles seem to be very anti-Nintendo. Surprise,
Well,
surprise.
surprise. That's a big change
But,
from the last 2 decades.
It's not just on Nintendo as well. It's on, other games coming to the system. And I think that's sort of the hurdle it's got to get over right now, because it is basically a one-game system.
Well, I think that having these fairly massive sales is going to be a big potential solution to that hurdle. Like, a lot of places are like very wary. Oh, we don't know if this is going to be a popular thing. Maybe let's wait and see. And now they have waited and seen, and things are looking pretty positive. So,
Yeah, well, right now they have an install base of around 2 million.
which is, yeah,
And by the end of the year, they could have a potential 18 million
it's ridiculous.
another year's time.
I mean,
That's
I will
huge.
be interested to see how once other third-party games start coming. Like, we haven't had any retail releases since it came out, right? I think,
No, I don't think so.
America just had Binding of Isaac, and we might get into that later.
We might.
And I know that we have Has Been Heroes coming out next week.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's the
to EB
Tuesday?
Games. Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah. But that's sort of until Lego City Undercover. I think next month, like Lego City Undercover, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and Mario Kart.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, they're the ones that come to mind.
But I mean, I think Mario Kart will be a big one for it. But where
Yeah,
was I
that's going
with
to get
this?
in the non-Wii U users.
Yeah, I feel like Mario Kart will be the point where, for a lot of people, there's two games that you want to buy the system for rather than just one. Like, a lot of people are hesitant to buy it just for Zelda, but when there's two more as it's twice as much as one more.
Well, there's
And I
nothing
think-
substantial that uses like local multiplayer at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
And that sells the idea of that better than anything else.
Which is weird why they didn't make it Zelda and Mario Kart on launch, because that would have been perfect.
got to spread those releases
think,
out, I guess.
You know, I still think that Mario Sports game that just came out in the 3DS, that should have been made into a Switch launch title, just because that soccer game as a local multiplayer or whatever may have gone over better than the complete there are certain games that I think it's more forgiving for them to be a launch title than something that comes 6 years down the line, and that's something like that.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean?
Kind of. But yeah, I guess that's probably enough to talk about the sales. It's doing well. Hooray. Let's see. Last piece of just general news before we go into a broader discussion. So Super Bomberman R is very hard to say, and it has received a patch to refine the online play. It was sort of, if anyone's read my review, I've sort of found that as a kind of annoying thing. The online play was a lot of inputs not registering, having to press a button multiple times to put a bomb down, and sort of like moving around was inconsistent as to whether you'd actually go in the direction you were trying to. It was a little bit all over the place, but patch came out very recently. I downloaded it and played it yesterday, and it's a hell of a lot better. It almost feels like local. It has a couple of spikes of lag, but yeah, it's way, way better. So it's still too expensive, but it's way better, at least online. Am I the only one who's got Bomberman?
I've got it. I've not played it, but
I'm just not a Bomberman. I don't see the appeal personally, so...
At PAX,
they're
I'll
updating
bring it, and we can all play 8-player Bomberman, and you will understand.
Maybe. I've played Bomberman plenty of times. It just doesn't click for me.
I found, playing it 8-player a couple of weeks ago, it was just so... Once you got eliminated, it's like, well, cool, this is not fun.
You throw bombs at people from your
Never
little
hit
ship.
anyone with that. No, it needs... I don't know, I feel like the games need to be a bit quicker.
There's a timer option at the start. You can make
shut
it
up,
shorter.
that's why.
I want to like
on the-
Bomberman.
On the topic of patches, Fast RMX should hopefully get a patch soon that adds multiplayer with friends.
Oh, yes.
Which would mean that we could easily do Discord game nights with it, right, Troy?
That was exactly my point. We're holding out for it because
This nice
RMX is
synergy
good,
we've got going here. I like it.
right? It's back and forth. It's like,
Whoa. Where are you, Stephen? You know we're in this. Come on, get in.
I mean, even more patch-wise,
There's room. Come on, sit down.
I haven't played it, and I mean, it's good that this will be out before I get it, but the Pro Controller patch for Blaster Master Zero is out as well, so you can play that with a cooler controller.
actually, I got my Pro Controller on Sunday.
Ooh, exciting.
That is such a good controller.
Yep.
Like, I used it at the Melbourne event, but it was tied down to stuff, and I was more focused on Splatoon, so I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But
Yeah.
now that I've got one, it's like, I just hold it. The switch is off, and I just hold it. Just like, this is good.
I can't say I've done that, but it is real nice.
Well, I finished Zelda, and all the other games don't really...
Need it.
Like, it would be a really good controller for, like, proper 3D adventure type games rather than Shovel Knight.
Even just having
Yeah.
that D-pad for Shovel Knight or Blaster Master is a bit better.
I find that the buttons are fine.
I guess the degree of how much better it is better in Zelda than like
It's-
if
'cause
having
it
a
was
gets
like
better
Zelda,
analog stick.
But I finished it, so I don't really...
Start again and speed run it. Try and beat 52 minutes.
Well, you can go just like run into the castle, but
Yeah, but no,
anyway.
that's the record. 52 minutes.
Well, while you speedrun Zelda, we'll sort of finish
Zelda.
up the very basic news sort of stuff we've been doing. And yeah, the one last bit of news covers a whole bunch of pieces of news that have come out in the last few weeks, and they could have sort of all coalesce around a particular theme, which is that Switch games seem to be really expensive compared to every other platform, and I don't quite understand why that is. So
Bittering agent they have to put into the card.
yeah, clearly. I know it's weird. Like we've got games like Rhyme, which is, I mean, cheaper on PC, which is kind of expected, but it's $59 on PS4, $79 on Switch. I remember, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but the same prices were there for Puyo Puyo Tetris on PS4 being less expensive than a more expensive Switch version.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that they said that with the Switch version, it's getting like there's some bonuses coming packed in with it, like a keychain or something stupid like that.
Hopefully
can't
that's
remember.
only for the physical version, because I would pay less for a digital if I could.
Are there any digital games that have that are more expensive on Switch than on another? How much was I Am Setsuna on the Switch?
$60.
And yeah, it's about $50 on PSN.
But I mean, that's, you know, they're not simultaneous releases, so you can kind of understand that a little bit more at least.
But I mean, it should be if it's. I get that it's new to the Switch, but it's still a game that's been out for over a year on another platform, and it feels a bit rich asking for more than you can buy it elsewhere.
I Am Setsuna is actually 60 on the PSN. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, my mistake.
One thing I was sort of reading into a little bit over the last few days, and I saw that Eurogamer had a sort of a report investigating a little bit of this, and they sort of mentioned some of the examples that I did. But like they mentioned something saying that apparently Nintendo has a policy where if the game is on retail, it can't be a different price to the digital version. And I thought that was really weird. I'm not sure if it's just in Europe, but like Bomberman is $65 on the eShop, but like $79, $89 in retail here. So
that's an
doesn't
oddity,
work
but
out.
it's a Konami game, so don't try to apply logic to that.
And I mean, at the same time, we've got like Sonic Mania, which is having the same price everywhere, regardless of which console you're buying it on. So yeah, it's just so all over the place.
Well, the retail parity is a real thing that retailers can refuse to stock a product if it's cheaper on a digital storefront on the same platform. Not that I've actually seen any precedent of that.
But I guess it's a something that they would have to, like when setting prices, people might fear it.
Yeah. So that I understand. But yeah, again, I haven't personally seen it and I've heard any stories about it other than just people saying that that's why.
Yeah, and I have heard it around the place.
Is Lego City more expensive on the Switch?
Compared to what? Oh, yeah, because that's coming to the other platforms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's also the thing is like graphically, I imagine it's going to look better on the. I know we're talking about a Lego game, but it's going to look better on the PS4 and Xbox One than on the Switch. So it's. I mean, I know with the Switch you pay for portability as well.
I mean, yeah, that's something that I've heard that, like, you're paying for portability or paying to have it on two platforms. Like, I've heard that argument, but I don't know, I don't buy that.
EB are charging $89.95 on all platforms
Okay.
Okay.
for Lego City Undercover.
Just
or
have to wait a
$44
week longer.
on the Wii U.
I think like one other theory that has come out from speaking to developers at Eurogamer is that game cards for the Switch are more expensive to produce than Blu-rays.
That makes sense.
I
It
think,
wouldn't be like the $20 that rhyme.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I would imagine, like, there's a whole bunch of things that come into it. Like, you're not buying a 50 gig Blu-ray. It's not like you have one standard. You have, you know, depending on how big your game is, it'll be
It's
more
proprietary.
expensive. Yeah, and it'll be more expensive if you want, like, a 2 gig, 4 gig, I think all the way up to 32 gig Switch card. Like, it's going to be, you know, a different price to manufacture them depending on how much data it has to store. And
But
there's a whole bunch
at
that goes
the
into it.
quantities that they'd be producing these at, right now, maybe it would be lower, like, you know, the bulk ordering the more you do, the cheaper it is.
Yeah, I think that is the case as well.
They're still around the 2 million mark, which might not be enough for them because they're not going to expect to sell 2 million copies of Rime.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, you've also got, like this, people who have a Switch don't have a back catalogue to play. They're hungry for new games. There's a good chance someone with a Switch is going to buy games that come out for it. If you know what I mean. Like someone who buys a PS4 or has a PS4 has a huge choice of games to play at the moment. Someone with a Switch who wants stuff to play in it is going to have to play what comes out.
That might be them capitalizing on that.
Yeah, I guess that's possible. Like, it's the two ways I was thinking of it is that if a game is coming to Switch and other platforms and it's not noticeably sort of a reduced experience on the Switch, I'm definitely wanting to get it on the Switch because you can play it. You don't have to be tethered to a TV. You can play it anywhere you want. But it makes me want to get games on Switch, but then I don't like the idea of them capitalizing on, I don't know, launch excitement and making a game more expensive on that platform. It just seems a bit scummy, but it may be what's happening.
Looking at prices for Has-Been Heroes on EB, it's the same across the board. Like, even the PC version, which I imagine, would that still be a disc or would that just be like a download code?
Oh, do they even sell PC games in boxes anymore?
It looks like it.
Sorry, going back to the Lego City real quick as well, apparently that's been delayed a week in Australia, at least at EB, on Switch.
Well, there you go.
5th of April for everything.
Is that just for Switch?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's only a thought, but that sort of maybe speaks to the cartridge manufacturing being a less mature thing. They might have to take a bit longer to get those out at this early stage.
Could also be like shipping delays or something's happened.
Yeah, it could really be anything. We're all just shooting the wind, I guess. But yeah, that's a bummer. But yeah, I hope this isn't a common thing. It seems weird that Sonic Mania can be the same price everywhere, and Has-Been Heroes and a bunch of others can, and then you've got certain. It's hard to tell whether you want to put the blame on publishers or if they really do have increased costs, and maybe the Sonic Mania publishers are just eating it to have positivity around it. I don't know, but I'm not a fan of paying more just for the fact that I want to play it on my Switch.
Yeah, it's not the type of premium that I'd like to pay.
So yeah, we'll go to a quick break and come back and finish this whole thing off. It's a shorty today. Hey friends, we're back. So we're not going to do any games played this week, Fortnite episode, mainly because most of us haven't really been playing that much that's not Zelda. We already sort of blew all of our discussion on Zelda last episode. We might do more discussion on it later on, possibly, but we'll see.
I've not been playing enough of Blaster Master to talk about it outside of it's fun.
Yes, yeah, and I plan to grab Blaster Master at some point soon, so look out for that next time. That'll be a thing we talk about. So yeah, I'll just do the regular sort of finishing off thing. We have a site. It's Vookcast.net. It's VOOKS.net. It's like books, but with a V. We've got a whole bunch of reviews that have gone up for the Switch games that weren't up by the last episode that we had. So I've got Super Bomberman R. There's a written review up, and super exciting preview. There's going to be a video version of said review going up soon as well, if you don't like reading and you like looking at things, which is fine.
Videos, it's a stupid format. You shouldn't bother doing it.
Oh, they're so difficult. But yes, we've got Snipper Clips, Just Dance 2017, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, and Voez, V-O-E-Z.
I think it's Voice.
Voice? Oh, yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, that's a cool anime as heck rhythm game that I liked playing. So there's a review for that. Not by me, by the way. But yeah, that's as far as, there's the regular eShop updates that go up there. That's just the usual.
Now on Thursdays, not Mondays.
Yes. And yeah, we also, I guess the next regular segment is the Discord update. news time. Go Troy.
Oh man, I probably should have written some of this down.
Gosh dang it.
Well, first things first is that since the Switch launch, we've went over our milestone of 300. 300 members. So we're at the moment of recording at 354 members, which is huge.
Like, it wasn't that long ago that we were like, yeah, we've got 100.
Yeah, right? We cracked 100, and I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. Now it's starting to turn into something pretty big, and there's all these little, I don't want to say like splinter groups, but like there are people that talk about Zelda at the moment, and then people who talk about politics and philosophy. We had like a big philosophical discussion the other night.
There are factions building that they're fighting amongst themselves.
In a matter of speaking, yeah, like there's people who talk about Splatoon and Pokemon. It's separate but all together.
Yeah. I mean, it's big enough that we have people that specialize in their particular areas of enjoyment, and you've got in general for if you want to talk about the ugliest ukulele characters, you can do that in general.
Yeah, well, that's what happened today.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling over that and finding out.
Aren't they all ugly? Because all rare characters are ugly.
Excuse you.
That's rude. Basically, at the moment, if you're a... Oh, okay.
Okay.
If you're a Monster Hunter fan, I'm in I'm trying to kind of build that community at the moment. Try and do some more regular things. We're doing a giveaway to kind of celebrate 300 members as well.
So, back up, Troy. Which Monster Hunter?
Generations.
Okay, good. I might get in. I don't know. God, I'd kill for that on the Switch.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of discussion about that as well. Yeah, we're doing a giveaway. We've got 6 Super Mario pins to give away, thanks to Vook himself.
Thanks, Vook.
There's a little survey to fill out. Just let us know, Just a couple of questions, really.
Where can we find this survey if we
it's
want
on
it
the
to be
Discord.
helpful? Oh, fancy that. It's in... Which channel is it?
SBS.
It is a pinned message in general.
Cool, that's where you look.
I apologise for my lame jokes.
No,
Thanks.
it's fine.
It's not. It's really not. Please don't encourage me.
Just today we had like 3 new people, and they all have different personalities and likes, and they only have a 3DS, or it's cool. It's just meeting all these people that are fellow Nintendo fans, and it's just, yeah, definitely get in on it. It's starting to grow, and there's going to be something there for you. Games nights, Splatoon this weekend. Splatoon 2, the test fire. We're probably not going to be able to talk to each other because that app isn't out for the Switch or whatever, but it's still going to be like
Discord had some voice chat function built into it.
Well, there's that. At the very least, we'll be able to all kind of celebrate this, I guess, Switch event. That's the best way to explain it right now. We could celebrate it all together, and in between all of the 1 hour test fires,
We've got 5 hours between each to have a chat.
Well, we're actually planning on maybe playing Splatoon on the Wii U in between. Nothing set in stone right now. It's just a suggestion that I really liked, so I'm probably going to work on that. So, and in the future, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch is definitely going to have nights. Still starting to with the whole Monster Hunter thing, maybe on like a Monday night, find people to hunt with. There's so many possibilities. I'm getting all this feedback with this survey for the giveaway, so.
And I mean, I guess more than ever, with the amount of people that are there now, it's more likely than ever that there'll be people that want to play your weird game that no one else seems to like. You'll probably find someone who does.
There's
Sorry, have you heard about Codename Steam?
Exactly.
That $4 game at Target or whatever.
$6. I cannot believe that was $6 at Target, and I'm like, wow, that crashed and burned hard.
Yeah, well, it was still a good game, but I don't think we're going to see it again in the future.
So yeah, that's it for the Discord?
That's all I can think of. Join.
Yeah.
Obey.
As usual, link for the Discord and everything else we've talked about will be in the show notes for the episode on the on the website or in your podcast machine if it shows show notes. Hopefully it does. So yeah, we'll just finish off. If you like us and want to be super cool friendos, it'll be really cool if you told your friends about us, if you think they might also like us and be super cool friendos. Or if you want, you can leave some stars in an iTunes review, because I don't know how it helps. I'm sure it does. Every podcast seems to think it helps, so please do that. But yeah,
Just want one. Just one star will be enough.
Don't know.
Right, that's how it works.
Don't know. As many stars as you have available.
Okay.
Empty your star wallet and give us as many as you can. And yeah, if you want to have a chat with any of us on Twitter, you can do that. I already gave mine out before, but it's at Stephen Impson. You can tell me all about your Sonic discussions if you want, or other things. And
Don't do it.
I mean, it's up to you. And if you want to catch Troy, he is at
Stew Review, STEW Review,
and Daniel is over at
Worth Nintendo, WORINTENDO. If you just want to see random pictures of Game & Watches or crap that I'm planning to do when I go to Japan.
massive piles of various handheld systems. That's the account to go to if you want that.
That wasn't even all my handheld systems, by the way. I had more.
It's not even his final form.
No.
So yeah, well, thank you very much for listening. We'll catch you around next time. Yeah, bye everybody.
Bye for the second time.
Bye-bye. You get it? It's two byes.
Bye.
I just found the Sonic Forces header image. It looks like Doom.
It's really weird. Like, is Sonic in hell?
I think he's been in...
He's been there for a long time.
You kind of set me up for that one. Is Sonic in hell? Well,
you know that thing about a frog who doesn't realize it's being boiled? It's like what Sonic's had happened since the Dreamcast.
yeah, 3D Sonic, yep.
3D Sonic is a frog.